um, share something real quick. So, yesterday, um, there I was out of town doing something. Anyways, um, I had something going on that was between me and the Lord that I was talking to Him about, and um, I immediately saw an angel of the Lord standing next to me and was like, "Don't worry about these things." He was like, "The only thing you need to be focused on is preparing, being prepared, reading the Word, praying, um, reading the Word, praying, um, building your spirit. The Lord, shows you something, get that word out. People coming to Him, getting to know Him, all that." And He said, "You need to be prepared." And then He showed me, this angel showed me this school bus. There was I was sitting in this parking lot at the time, and this white school bus had pulled out into the road. It was going somewhere, and I saw the angel of the Lord show me that school bus. These school buses that we see now are going to be packed with people heading to in tribulation. Now all these people are going to be packed on these school buses heading to slaughterhouses. And I saw that this whole nation is going to become a slaughterhouse, and that these people were on these buses and they were headed to these places. I didn't see the place, but I knew that it was this. They were heading to this place for torments and to get their heads cut off with guillotines. So this is what's coming, and it's coming fast, a lot faster than what people think. And people are thinking, "Oh, you got all this time and stuff like that." You don't even need to consider that you have time. The only thing that you need to be doing daily is reading, praying, and preparing. And so Satan is trying to hit me with a lot of distractions. Hey, and so Satan's been trying to hit me with a whole bunch of distractions, all kinds of crazy mess, and and literally the Lord's like, "You do not worry about none of these things. Like, you focus on my word. You focus on continually getting yourself cleaned up, and just growing, maturing, moving forward, and sharing the things that I share with you." And so also I want to encourage people with this: when you get cleaned up in the Lord, you will go through these trial periods where it's called going through the fire, kind of like Job, but on whatever level that you are maturity wise, where you will get pressed and pushed. And then when sin comes up that you thought was cleaned up, okay, don't get discouraged. Don't let Satan beat you down with that. You know that Satan can push you to a certain level where you'll let demons back in. And that's different traumas and stresses and everything like that that you got to get healed from, or areas that you have to mature in, like not getting offended, learning to forgive, stuff like that. And so, offense and forgiveness with extreme things is stuff that the Lord has been maturing me in these areas. So I'm growing in those areas. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you, just keep pushing, just keep moving forward. Hey, you guys, just keep moving and pushing forward. Don't let Satan discourage you. Keep your heart set against sin and growing and moving forward, not falling backwards. Okay. Um, so, anyways, definitely keep sowing with Jesus. Keep preparing. Be prepared, because He's coming back very, very soon. A lot sooner than what people think. Um, and yeah, you don't want to be left here. It's literally going to be a slaughterhouse. I'm talking about um, without the presence of God here. And so the reason why we all feel comfortable or feel like there's some type of hope, or people will feel comfortable and like, "Oh, well, I got tomorrow," and stuff like that, is the demons deceiving people but it's also because we can feel that hope, or there's a sense of hope or whatever, because the presence of God is still with us. God is very present with us all. And so people's going to realize that when they get left behind, because immediately he's going to remove himself and shut the doors where he can't even hear us, where he can't even hear us screaming and pleading. And the reason why I can't hear it is because the doors are shut. He's going to be having the supper and the doors are going to be shut. This is why I serve him today, because he removed himself from me and showed me the doors being shut on me. And I saw there's no hope. I saw he was with me the whole time. And I mean, and I saw that I was at the mercy of the devil, which is zero. And there was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I saw that the Antichrist is already here. I saw that it's this generation. It's this generation. This generation will not pass. As a matter of fact, you do not need to focus on having time. You need to be like, I don't have time. There is no more time, because that's reality. Okay. You see all these people dropping like flies, dying. Let me tell you the conversation that God and Jesus had over my life. Okay. I was taking it like living in my own pity party, like, oh, I done been through so much, and like so much crap happened to me, and Satan was using this as a tool. Satan was using that as a tool to keep me living in sin, to keep me, you know, making excuses, blaming everybody else, running, living in my lies, and living in, the sinful life I was living in. And so when Jesus scared me straight, he showed me the conversation that he had with God over my life. And God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit were all having a conversation. And God was referring to the past 3 years. And so I think he was referring to when I had overdosed and died and left my body. And then I started screaming for God. And then I shot back in my body. And I was by myself when I died. And my soul shot back into my body so hard it sat me straight up, and I was dead sober where he broke the drugs off me. I should have been tripping for 8 hours, like hard tripping, and then coming down and being like wide awake. And I didn't even get high. I had 40 pills in my stomach and did not throw up or nothing. Broke the drugs off me, never got high, anything. Like, it started hitting my heart, and I had wore my heart down so bad that when this stuff started hitting my heart, it shut all my organs down and I died. And so he put me back in my body, saved my life. And I think that that's what God was referring to the 3 years. He said, it's been 3 years. He said, and she ain't bearing no fruit for us. So he was talking about cutting me off. He said, let's cut her off. And Jesus was pleading for my life. That's why I had, oh gosh. That's why I had the mercy on my life that I had, because Jesus was pleading for me because of what he did for us on that cross and what he did going to hell to take my punishment that I would have went through. He went through that for me and for all of us. He went through whatever in hell that the worst sinner you can ever imagine what they would go through in hell. He went through every single torment in those 3 days that he was in hell. So legally, he could take it from us. And because I asked the Lord, and Jesus showed me, and I'm jumping down rabbit holes here, but I'm going to tell you, because I asked the Lord, I said, what did you go through in hell? I saw he was beat, he was raped, he was filleted, he was ripped apart. I saw he was cooked, his eyeballs ripped out. I'm talking about everything, every possible imaginable torment you could think of in hell. He went through it for us. Okay. And so I saw that Jesus was pleading for me with God. He said, let me work with her. He said, let me work with her and see if I could bear fruit through her. And he said, and if so, we'll keep her. If not, we'll cut her off. That was their conversation over my life. So people don't want to hear that God and Jesus is like that. Hold on one second. Okay. But They are. Why do you think all these people are dropping dead, losing their lives? Because Jesus came to every single one of them himself, and they said no. They liked their wickedness. They kept choosing. Boom, boom. I said yes. He scared me straight. I took it serious that day because I knew and I saw my crossroads. I saw if I would have went and got in that car today to go get beer to play beer pong, and I was sneaking trying to do pills and everything like that behind everybody's back, just trying to get high or feel anything. And I saw that that was a dead road. I saw as soon as I went and got in that car, either a car would hit us or something would happen, and I mean my life would be cut off and I'd be in hell right now. And then I saw that peaceful path into the house where my kids were at, where they were being watched by my ex's uh, dad and stepmom. And I ran in there, and anyways, that's when I had my encounter with the Lord, and He took His spirit off of me and all that stuff. And so, anyways, but yeah, that's the conversation that He had with me over my life. And now, so people need to understand, they're waiting for the Antichrist. And this, what makes you think that you even got today? What makes you think that you got that? Because every single one of those people that are dead right now, they thought that they had that. And so you see how many people dying and how fast people are dropping. And not just that, he literally said that time is so short that it's literally like we don't have time. And we're wasting his time right now. We're wasting Jesus's time when we're not in the Word, when we're not praying. Like he showed me, he showed me that I have been wasting his time because of the distractions that Satan's been putting around me and in my life and different things like that. That I have been wasting his time. He's like, I don't care what nobody's saying, doing, whatever's going on. He's like, I'm going to deal with that. He was like, you get into my word, you do what I say, you don't focus on people. So I'm like, okay, so that's what you got to do. You don't focus on the distractions, nothing. Ask the Lord to help you with that and come away from that. But anyways, yeah, so I had to share that real quick, let y'all know about what's coming. And anyways, so y'all have a blessed day, and thanks for listening. Lord knows I gotta figure out how to cut this off. I'm trying, child.